Instead of spending the 4th of July watching fireworks like a normal person, I decided to celebrate America's 250th birthday by watching a slasher movie about Uncle Sam literally murdering people for disrespecting America. America! And here's the thing. This wasn't made by a bunch of nobodies. It was directed by William Lustig, the guy behind Maniac and the Maniac Cop movies, which I love Maniac Cop. And written by Larry Cohen, the guy who gave us The Stuff, Phone Booth, a little hidden gem called God Told Me To, and, again, the Maniac Cop movies. That's a great team. So, did they create the greatest 4th of July horror movie ever made? Not even close. But, I guess? Because I can't really think of any others. Maybe Jaws? Was that 4th of July or was that just summertime? I don't know, but sure, we'll give it to Uncle Sam. But Jaws is way better. Somehow they took one of the dumbest, most entertaining concepts imaginable and made one of the most painfully average slashers I've ever seen. Let's talk about 1996's Uncle Sam. So we open in Kuwait with a squad of American soldiers driving around in the middle of the night. And one dude sounds like he's been smoking 2 packs of Marlboro Reds and drinking Jim Beam every single day since the Nixon administration. One of the soldiers is dead, except he isn't. Sam suddenly comes back to life, twists a guy's head completely around, shoots another soldier through an already dead body, and then drops the line, "Don't worry, it's only friendly fire." I immediately thought, fuck yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. Unfortunately, those first 2 minutes are probably the best part of the movie. Then the opening credits hit. Cue the waving American flags, fireworks, patriotic music. America! Fuck yeah! Then we meet Jody, a kid whose uncle is literally named Sam. Yes, this movie is called Uncle Sam because he actually has an Uncle Sam who dresses as Uncle Sam. That's the level we're working with. Jody wakes up from a dream about Uncle Sam. Hopefully it wasn't a wet... Actually, never mind. He really does have an uncle named Sam. So, I'm moving on. A military officer comes to tell Sam's wife that he's dead. At first, she barely reacts, and I was thinking, your husband just died. How do you not react? Then she starts crying about 10 seconds later. Alright, I'll allow it, but what I won't allow is this same military officer trying to hit on her after that. We also meet Jed Crowley, the only surviving soldier from Sam's unit, and I had no idea who was playing him until after the movie, but I knew his voice sounded familiar. Turns out it's Isaac Hayes, chef from South Park, immediately the coolest person in this entire movie. Meanwhile, Jody is a lot. This kid is so aggressively patriotic that his teacher mentions protesting the Vietnam War, and Jody looks at him like he just admitted to joining ISIS. Then Jody says, "When I grow up, I'm joining the army, and I'll do whatever the president says because he knows better." I don't know what to say to that, but okay, sure. First part is fine. Not sure about the second part of that. Thankfully, Isaac Hayes actually gives the movie its most thought-provoking scene. He explains that modern wars aren't these glorious, heroic adventures. Sometimes people are dying over oil, money, politics, keeping powerful people rich. It's surprisingly thoughtful commentary. I just wish the movie actually explored it more. Instead, it kind of just says, anyway, zombie Uncle Sam. Also, why is there a casket sitting in the living room for days? Nobody thinks maybe we should probably bury him by now? Nope, just eating dinner next to a rotting fucking corpse. Happy 4th of July. Eventually, some teenagers decide to burn an American flag. Spray paint gravestones. Basically speedrun every way to piss off Uncle Sam. And apparently that was enough to resurrect him. Yes, that's the reason for all this. There's also this random peeping Tom walking around on ridiculously tall stilts, dressed like Uncle Sam. He looks more like Slender Man dressing up as Uncle Sam because he's trying to avoid paying taxes. I don't even know if that makes sense, but fuck it. Of course, Zombie Sam kills him, steals the costume, and it's off screen. Yes, off screen. Unfortunately, that becomes a recurring theme here. That's honestly my biggest problem with this movie. Half the kills happen off screen. How do you make a slasher about a patriotic zombie murdering people during 4th of July and not go absolutely insane with the kills? And why is it off screen? This movie's not PG-13. There's no reason for it other than maybe just laziness. But come on, it's 4th of July. You've got fireworks, flagpoles, hot dogs, corn on the cob, apple pies, bald fucking eagles. I wanted to see someone beaten to death with a corn on the cob. I wanted somebody launched into orbit by fireworks. Give me something. Instead, the movie plays it weirdly safe. Well, it kinda did the flagpole and the fireworks thing, but it was way lamer than you'd hope. There are a few decent kills though. Someone gets buried alive. Someone gets hanged from a flagpole, one guy takes a hatchet to the face, and there's actually a really cool meat cleaver decapitation. One clean swing and the guy's head falls off. Then Uncle Sam licks the cleaver and his tongue is blue. Why is it blue? The movie never explains it. Maybe he got into a box of bomb pops and somehow only ate the blue part. Must have been deep-throating those popsicle sticks. There's also this bizarre moment where Abraham Lincoln gets assassinated. Well, a guy dressed as Abraham Lincoln, and the mayor basically goes, "Continue the parade." This town is unbelievably committed to celebrating the 4th of July. Yeah, Jaws was 4th of July, because they're trying to do that shit too, right? Yeah. One thing I genuinely appreciated though, the movie eventually reveals Uncle Sam wasn't actually some great American hero. Which, I mean, we can tell. But he was abusive, violent, and an absolutely horrible person. It gives Jody's blind hero worship some real weight, and adds a layer the movie honestly needed much earlier. Then we get to the finale, where zombie Uncle Sam starts looking less like a horror villain and more like a rejected Batman villain. Thankfully, Isaac Hayes shows back up and eventually fires an actual cannon at him. I'm pretty sure that's where the entire budget went, and honestly, it looked pretty cool. Overall, I'm giving Uncle Sam a 2.5 out of 5. This movie frustrates me more than anything, because I don't think it's bad. The acting is perfectly fine, the production is decent, the crew behind the camera is impressive, William Lustig directing, Larry Cohen writing. There are flashes of genuinely interesting commentary about patriotism and war as well, but none of it really comes together. Instead of embracing how ridiculous its premise is, it plays everything almost completely straight. And when you've got a zombie Uncle Sam hunting people down during a 4th of July celebration, playing it safe is probably the worst thing you can do. I wanted a dumb, self-aware, over-the-top slasher, but instead, I got one of the most generic slashers I've seen. When the first 2 minutes are still the highlight by the time the end credits roll, that's a problem. If you just want to see a patriotic slasher because the premise makes you laugh, it might be worth checking out once. But if you're hoping for the 4th of July equivalent of Leprechaun or Jack Frost, this isn't it. Have you seen Uncle Sam? What did you think? It seems to be pretty divisive. Also, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite holiday-themed slasher? And you can't say Halloween or Black Christmas because we already know. Thank you for watching No Name Nightmares. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next nightmare.